join me on the Glenn Lal Show, 99.1, 99.5 FM, Kaieteur Radio, every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 7:20 p.m. and a rebroadcast of the next day at 11 a.m. just in case you miss that program.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening, welcome to this evening's newscast, right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Kevin Smith here with your news in capsule. That should be your nightly newscast. My apologies. Over the last 5 years, the EPA has seen an influx of applications for permits to pursue projects in the oil and gas sector. Some of these relate to the establishment of warehouses to store chemicals and equipment, as well as multiple exploration programs in offshore blocks. But what has caused considerable concern among some local stakeholders is the fact that such projects have been exempt from undergoing an environmental impact assessment. EPA head Kemraj Parsuram categorically stated that these decisions are not made hastily, while adding that all applications for projects in the oil sector go through a rigorous screening process. The EPA head reiterated that no project is approved without proper due diligence by its independent environmental assessment board. He added that the agency has the option of consulting with international consultants when necessary. In other news, according to court papers, former NISL CEO Winston Brassington, through his attorney Timothy Jonas, has applied to the High Court for an order of receivership to recover income and/or capital of the defendant company Kaieteur News to recover the judgment of $10 million, which was granted to him in February of this year. The documents were filed with the court and have since been served on Kaieteur News lawyer Christopher Ram. In 2014, Brassington filed 19 separate lawsuits for libel against Kaieteur News over contents published in the satirical column Demboise, which he deemed to be defamatory. So far, he has been successful in 7 of those matters, securing over $36 million in judgment claims. Meanwhile, Kaieteur News publisher Glenn Lal says he believes it is a sinister plot to get rid of the newspaper. In other news, ExxonMobil Guyana is gearing to begin a 5-year 12-well drilling campaign in the controversially awarded Kanji block offshore, pending approval by the EPA. Once approved, it would mean that by the beginning of the operations at the end of the year, there will be at least 58 various types of support vessels in the fleet supporting the company's offshore operations. According to the project summary submitted for the Kanji Block 12-well exploration and appraisal project, by the time operations begin in the Kanji Block, ESSO will have at least 2 floating production, storage, and offloading vessels operating in Guyana. This, in addition to the 12-well campaign, will see the continued rotational use of up to 58 vessels, 6 helicopters currently in its fleet, and 6 drill ships. And moving on, developer of the Port of Vredenhoop project, NRG Holdings Incorporated, on Monday received an environmental permit from the EPA, which paves the way for the commencement of the project. We understand that the project will see an investment of up to $600 million by the 100% Guyanese-owned consortium. Some of these features of the facility will include, among other things, an offshore terminal, dry dock facility, and a fabrication yard. The port facility is expected to generate massive employment and revenue opportunities for Guyanese. It will occupy some 400 hectares of coastland. That should be coastland. And approximately 150 to 200 persons are expected to be hired during construction, and 50 to 100 persons for the basic operation and maintenance of the base port facilities indicated in Phase 1. And now let's tell you that according to the Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Anil Nandlal, qualified persons in the public sector are being paid a deplorable rate of remuneration. To this end, he noted that he hopes that the issue could be addressed across the public sector. He explained that for years, brain drain has been happening due to the said remuneration package that qualified persons are receiving. However, he noted that despite Ghana having a brain drain, the country still has sufficient qualified persons. Moving on, one of 3 men who went shopping on Monday with counterfeit money at the HUA Chinese supermarket located along the Diamond Access Road left with a gunshot wound to his back. Police have identified him as 26-year-old Shaquille Dalrymple. Dalrymple, according to investigators, was shot sometime after 20 hours. A release sent out by the Ghana Police Force detailed that the injured man was shot by a security guard of the supermarket. The security guard was reportedly forced to open fire after one of the men who was shopping with Dalrymple shot at the cashier, who tried to prevent them from leaving with the items they had purchased. They reportedly purchased a number of items and paid for them with 2 counterfeit $5,000 bill. And with that, we've come to the end of this evening's newscast. I'm Kevin